Right, I thought I'd give you a blog about a dream I had today, which will probably worked into one of my dramatic poems, which I must apologise about first of all, the amount of videos I've been sticking on. I don't know, this month I've managed to write a lot more than usual. A lot of it I still haven't even read out, and some of it I have read out, but I haven't had time to put it all on. So I don't expect it all to be looked at, because it's far too much. But my internet connections that I was with one and now with another company, and they're both up and down and they're not consistent, so the minute it starts working I put as much on as I possibly can, because then for a week it might be off again. Anyway, so I hope you're enjoying all these different things that are on at the moment, which are following across a similar theme or motif or whatever you want to call it, but there are some different ones that, anyway, whatever. This dream, which I wrote down somewhere. Yeah, you see I scribbled it there. If you can, you won't see because I've fixed the focus. It was before I woke up, and it was about a little girl who must have been at least 13 or 14. She was, it doesn't matter how high I tell you, because you don't know how high the rest of the room is, but she was missing. She was trying to find her parents, and she was going up and down a train journey. This train obviously went to one location and then another location, and she was going up and down it looking for them. And she said that her parents were very reliable. So we were wondering why why the parents hadn't come to find her yet. And it was a train station, but the train station then was the garden outside, which you might have seen when I've been walking up and down it. I then was suggesting that why doesn't she put a photo up with her name on the ends of each of these journeys, so that if the parents come, I was trying to find ways of helping her out to assist her, that she could be found. She was with a policeman at this time who must have been going up and down the journey with her, and there was someone else, a woman, who was sort of poo-pooing what I was saying and whatever. And then I was asking about her mobile, that she had a mobile, and did she know her father's number or whatever. And she shrugged off most of the things I said to the little girl, that she didn't know what his number was. This woman, when she was poo-pooing these ideas, because I was trying to suggest, doing this, that and the other, while she was just standing there, and I started shouting, whatever, and there was two policemen in a police car, and they were looking at me, and they were thinking, oh, he's going to go crazy in a minute. But I calmed down, and then I think I was talking to the girl. I think that's the bit when I asked her about, as she said, about her parents being responsible. Oh, it was about the mobile phone, maybe. And then all of a sudden, I looked left, where there's some flats at the moment. It was definitely the garden at this time, even though it was meant to be a train station. And then I saw these big plumes of red smoke, big, filled up the whole where the flats were, coming towards us. It's a bit reminiscent of the scene I'd seen a few weeks ago in Heroes, where the guy who can change his location, transport, he goes back and sees New York or something like that with his plumes of smoke, but it wasn't quite. I know dreams are often made up of bits of things that we have experienced or seen or watched or talked about or whatever, but these were big plumes of red smoke, rolling, sort of like smoke coming towards us from the side, like volcano ash or like a nuclear fallout. And I remember the girl said something, and I think she said, oh, not Chernobyl again. It could be in Srebrenica, but I don't think she said that. I think she said Chernobyl, which is why we thought it was radiation. And then we ran into the house, to the kitchen, and I was standing at the door keeping it open because these two policemen who seemed to then be in, rather than their car, they were in next door neighbour's garden, and I was telling them to hurry up, and they were taking their time as if they didn't really believe us and if they didn't see the big plumes of smoke coming towards them. It's funny, I think a few days before I'd seen some people who broke into our shed in the neighbour's garden and looking around their shed, and they'd seen me and it scared them off, and they jumped over the fence and were gone. They actually did break into our fence. I'll tell you about that another time. So I don't know if that is why I saw these two policemen in that in that location, because it seemed a bit strange because they were in a car before. Anyway, they come over. Well, I don't actually see them jump over the fence then. They come over, they eventually come through, and I keep the door open. The people on the other side, when I close the door, want to close me out, but I'm waiting for them. They come through, we close the door, lock it, then the big plumes of smoke come, and we hear thunder as well. Someone mentioned, I'm not sure if this was just outside or when it was inside, we can hear a sound of thunder, and I don't know if that would be correct. It sounds good. Correct that you would hear the thunder afterwards, because oh yes, because light travels faster than sound, doesn't it? But does action? I don't know. Anyway, so we hear this sound of thunder. That might be connected with the radiation or the nuclear explosion or whatever. And then I remember we're trying to close. I'm saying close all the windows because the stuff can come in. That also sounds like it could be radiation. Although it could be plumes of smoke, because obviously that would poison you anyway if it was from a volcano or whatever. And we're closing all the windows, and that's when I woke up. And so I've written it all down, and it is going to be used in some form story, which I hope to do now on Sunday, the 26th, I think, of August 2007. And I'm going to use most of that. I don't know whether I'm going to make it into radiation or whether it's going to be a volcano eruption or whatever. Maybe it won't be explained. But the next bit will be this person, because I'm thinking, if it's radiation, people will die even if they can't be protected. It's a bit like that when the wind blows, where the government suggested that you put your door up against the side and you live underneath it, as if radiation isn't going to get through the gaps or the door or whatever. So the next bit from when the dream is, I think the girl's going to say something like, "Oh, this is like a dream," and someone will say, "Well, I hope then that it's got a good ending," or something like that. This is a pun. And the person who was me in the thing will then take them to his house, who happens to be on the train station. I don't know how I'm going to re-explain all that bit out. Is going to have this special basement that he takes them in, and it all seals, and it's all sealed. They're sealed, it's nuclear proof or whatever proof, and then we get to find out who this strange guy is, who may have known about what was going to happen, and has all this special technology, and also the dynamics between the people living in this small enclosed area, who may be the only ones left to survive. I hope it's not going to be too long, because I'm still writing The Void and Charrington's. Charrington's about a mental hospital, and The Void as a science fiction thing set out in space after the Earth is flooded. They're taking ages to write. One of them, they're both over a year old. They're into about 30 parts each, a bit like the Dead City and things like that. And I'm still started doing the second lot of Jacob Jakes. Shouldn't have told you that really, but never mind. You probably forget. Well, you actually don't know when all these numbers come in, because I haven't told you how many parts there are. Anyway, I've got to get this quick. So I hope this isn't too long. I hope it's just a one-off thing. And the other thing I got distracted with, which I was going to add to it, but I'm probably not going to, but it's a separate thing, is I saw a bit of Frankenstein, a new version of 2004 Mark Madison, and there's a bit where I think Dr. Frankenstein, has created a woman to please him instead of the monster. And I thought of using something of that idea, because it fits in with my current motif that I'm using, is that this man who is a scientist, has all this stuff, who creates a woman to love him, but it's not really real, and he understands that, and that's the problem, that she can never fulfill the person that he originally used to create that person. Anyway, I'm running out of time, because I'm going to keep it in 10 minutes. I'll talk about this a bit more later. Anyway, I thought I'd give you a different blog. I'll try and give me some ideas of some things you'd like me to talk about, and that's it for now. Thank you very much. Bye.